Good morning friends and welcome to Aishar Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, a Trans India exclusive. The road transport industry is a tough playground. The operations are not as simple as it seems. It's not just moving goods from one place to another. There is so much going on in the background that one often loses track of time. Talking of time, one of the toughest periods for the road transport industry was COVID. Even though road transport was one of the sectors that continued working, the operations were limited. The challenging period gave some companies time to reinvent themselves, while some others succumbed to the challenges. However, as they say, once a transporter, always a transporter. And the above scenario briefly explains the journey of our guest today. A lady transporter, interestingly, fifth generation in the business, made a mark for herself until COVID turned things upside down. But she bounced back, and we are privileged to have her with us to share her journey, the ups, the downs, and the comeback. We are delighted to feature in Aishar Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, Jigna Joyshar. Jigna, to start with, how did you get into the road transport industry? I mean, this has been a male dominated space, and finding women is very rare here.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I've heard this many times.
I'm sure.
Many times. And believe me, I am not the first generation in transports. I am the fifth. My father, my grandfather, all my uncles, their father, all of us have always been in transports.
In what year did this start?
I can't say, but this must be in early 19th century. During the Mukadami time in Kutch, when my great grandfather was in Kutch, we used to have transports only as our core business.
Okay.
Right from the beginning. So, and if I tell you, we have been in Mumbai for 100 years now. My family has been in Mumbai for 100 years. And my grandfather also has done the same thing. So, we know is transports.
It's in your genes in a way.
Yeah, it's in my genes. Maybe it runs with my blood.
So, in what year did you actually join the business?
I never planned to join transports, but I'm the only child to my father. And I started coming to office in 2013.
Okay.
And because I felt Papa needed. And then unfortunately in 2014, Papa suffered cancer and he passed away in 2015. So from 2015 to 2016, I was doing it with my uncle, my cousin uncle. And he was taking care of it. But from 2017 onwards, we, parted ways.
Right.
So since 2016, I have been handling it single-handedly, like entirely single-handedly.
But as a child, would you have seen your father or your grandfather being involved in the working?
Absolutely. So we are as a transporter, see, I tell you, transport is a blue-collar business. It's not a easy job. It's not a day-to-day job. It's not a 9 to 5 job.
True.
It's a 24/7 job, and you have to be rough. And right from childhood, I have been very used to with all kinds of cuss words and everything. And it's okay, it doesn't feel anything.
So do you use them as well when required?
Sometimes, yes.
You do?
And you have to.
You have to.
You have to.
So what was your kind of business back then? I mean, in terms of operations, in terms of the geography, how was the working?
At that time, what I remember, I don't know about my great-grandfather, but I remember my grandfather, he used to operate locally in and around Mumbai port, around those times.
Okay.
And my father and him had started together. And my father had joined his father, and at that time I think they used to call it Mukadami. वो खुद ही खड़े रह के वो बोरियां भरवाते थे,
right?
And they used to then take it to the port and get it. So there were not too many formalities before doing anything.
Right.
I think those times would have been much easier when it came to moving transports.
And more profitable also, I think.
Yeah, more profitable. If I tell you, when my father used to often say this, that when he started young, It was entirely reverse. Right now, what we pay is pay close to 70% as our en route expense.
Right.
65 to 70% is the en route
Correct.
expense. At that time, it was reverse.
Okay.
The en route expense was anywhere close to 30-35%, and rest used to be our gross profit. So there's a immense difference in what was happening those days and what
Absolutely.
is happening today. The vehicles, those I tell you, I in 2021 sold a 1996 car truck, and that truck was the most profitable truck of all other trucks that I owned.
Wow.
1996 I
Incredible.
sold in 2021, and that too, when I sold it, those drivers fought with me that there was no reason for you to sell that truck. We could have still ran it for 5-7 years.
So what prompted you to join the business? Was it कि family business है तो
family
करना ही है?
business. Yes, family business है तो करना ही है. Plus, my father had created a legacy. Like, it's been 10 years that he's gone, but people still remember him for what he was and what he did. And I feel my father would not have made as much money as others would have made, but he made a very good name for himself. And I wanted to keep that. I wanted to save that legacy of him.
And then the company name had your name in it as well.
Yeah, my name in it as well. In fact, we had 3 companies, Jigna Transport, Swati Transport, and he also named our workshop into my daughter's name, Peony Workshop.
Oh, that's wonderful. So what were the operations you were handling when you joined in?
Initially, when I joined in, I was not much interested. I came in very forcefully, like, but I still, my father used to sit with me for numbers. He used to teach me numbers, like how we work, and he gave me a few of his secret formulas and how to calculate all those things. But over a period of time, when he passed away and my uncle and me, we parted ways, uske baad I was looking at absolutely everything. So I'll tell you, there was a time when I sat for continuously around 15 to 16 days looking at YouTube channels and understanding all the 2,500 spares in a truck.
Wow. That's extensive study, I must say.
Yeah, I tried doing that and understanding. I tried to put myself in as much as I could.
Actually, what were the initial challenges that you faced?
See, I feel I joined in only when it started with challenges in the industry itself.
Demonetization happened just then.
Demonetization was the first challenge that I saw. And at that time, I used to feel like, driver advances, pay direct cards and HapPay cards were not very happening in those times.
Right.
So we used to pay cash only to the drivers, but that only 20,000 drawing from an account, all that made so difficult for us to operate that it was a challenge, but somehow we did it. So that's how it started. And then the GST reforms came in, and then there was when the GST reforms came in, there were so many reforms happened when it had just started. Like, we had to start mentioning the HSN codes, which which were not there earlier.
Absolutely.
So many reforms came in, and the biggest challenge I faced was COVID.
We will continue our interaction with Jigna on the other side of this very short break. You are watching Aishar Presents Nai Soch, Naye Raaste, a Trans India exclusive.
अरे वाह, आज सिर्फ 2 मिनट 23 सेकंड लेट।
हमेशा टाइम पे, ये कैसे पॉसिबल है?
दिन भर डिलीवरी के बाद भी फूलों की तरह इतना फ्रेश, ये कैसे पॉसिबल है?
भाई साहब,
अरे जब तक आप बता दो,
8 घंटे की शिफ्ट, 132 किलोमीटर और बाकी डिटेल्स आपको ईमेल कर दी।
सारा हिसाब ऐप पर, ये कैसे पॉसिबल?
अरे भाई एक्सपर्ट है।
तो पॉसिबल है।
Introducing Eicher Pro X, an electric first SCV co-created with experts. Expert है तो possible है।
Welcome back to Eicher Presents नई सोच नए रास्ते, a Trans India exclusive. We are in conversation with Jigna, a lady transporter who strongly believes that once a transporter is always a transporter. But tell me, before we get to the COVID part, didn't these changes help you organize the business in a way compared to what it was in terms of handling so much cash, and now you're much easier? GST made things a little more systematic.
I don't think so. I feel the way transport was running, although we were handling cash, but we had accountability of it. Of course, banking has accountability, but cash helped us move faster. Because even today, if my truck from, for example, say if it travels from here to somewhere remote areas, you don't find ATMs there. If there are ATMs, then they might work, might not work, they might have money, not have money. So, of course, safety is there today, but speed was there yesterday.
Right. But in terms of the road development, taking pace, the vehicles getting better, did that help your business in a way?
Yes, roads have become amazing, but just the Godbandha road is a pain.
That has never improved.
Otherwise, roads are fantastic, and movement, especially this Samruddhi Marg, the new one, that has helped cut our travel time and also the ghat risk.
That's
Like, that's amazing that has happened in the transport, like Maharashtra especially.
Right.
It's great. And with everything else, I feel, and even vehicles, I feel like I told you, the 1996 truck. It was way better to maintain and easier to maintain those trucks than trucks today. Like if I buy it today, everything is electronic.
Yes.
So if anything goes wrong, we have no choice to show it to a local mechanic, but we have to go to the showroom or the service center. And when we go to the service center, it's so much of formality. पहले टिकट रेस करो, फिर उनको समझाओ क्या करना है, फिर वो आपको एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, फिर परफॉर्मा इनवॉइस देंगे, फिर इनवॉइस पे उनके साथ बार्गेन करो, फिर काम कराओ, मतलब 3 दिन का लॉस.
Entire process that takes place.
3 दिन का लॉस. और जो सादी गाड़ियाँ थी पहले, जो इतनी फैंसी नहीं थी, लोकल मैकेनिक ने देखा छोटा सारे, इसमें तो सिर्फ नट करना है, नट टाइट किया, गाड़ी निकल गई. That was like, this has organized, but that had speed.
Right. Tell me, COVID happened. What changed for you during COVID?
Don't ask. I did very well in 2017, 18, 19. I was on cloud 9. I was doing fantabulous. And I had best of customers. I was offering best of services to my clients. And earlier, my father used to do only local transportation, but then I started outstation also.
Okay.
So I had good clientele, I had a good client base, and that confidence gave me the boost. And I bought in around 25 trucks in one go in November 2019. And my entire exposure happened with Citibank. So 2019 November I got them, 2020 was lockdown, drivers ran away, loans piled up, and Citibank did not give any CLGS.
But what about the government scheme? I mean, they had
That
come up with
scheme,
some
yeah.
moratorium. Did that help you?
Moratorium helped, but then the loan piled up. So what happened? Other banks gave 20%. So when the moratorium time was over, that 20% helped them repay their initial losses. But Citibank, it did not give, and my exposure was with Citibank. So my loans piled up.
And your
And
trucks were
plus-
not running during that time?
Not all of them.
Okay.
So at that time, I had some 70 trucks, out of which only 6 were running.
Oh. So what kind of cargo do you carry?
We used to,
used to.
at that time, I used to carry import-export shipping containers. And what happened is international trade also was suffering a lot around that time. So everything came in together to me. 21, 22, I struggled a lot. 20, 21, 22. The best that I did on 17, 18, 19, all of that took my energy away in 20, 21, 22.
Post 2022, how did you get back?
There was a day, Rajiv, when I decided that I cannot be risking my health. And my father had done a fantabulous job, and so did I during my good times. And I felt I had enough and more to sustain. But as of now, I need to choose between my health and my work. So I chose myself. I sold off all my vehicles in one go and decided to shut.
And what did you do during this period?
I rested. No, I was looking for a good opportunity and good work. And of course, the first thing I thought when I sold my trucks that I want to be debt free for once.
Right.
And that's what I did. And I achieved my goal. And and I could bring some money home also so that I can relax for some days. And then I got this opportunity wherein somebody needed my help. And I was needing something to work on.
Absolutely.
So I took up, they needed my help, and I took up that they are also a transports company.
So आपके अंदर का ट्रांसपोर्टर फिर
फिर
से
जाग गया
गया.
वो ट्रांसपोर्टर, वंस अ ट्रांसपोर्टर ऑलवेज अ ट्रांसपोर्टर. ट्रांसपोर्टर सो ही नहीं सकता है. एंड मेरा तो अलग ही है. मैं तो आपको बोल रही हूँ, मेरे जीन्स में ट्रांसपोर्ट है, मेरे खून में रगों में ट्रांसपोर्ट बैठता है. क्या करूँ, कुछ और कर ही नहीं सकते हैं.
But while you were home, did you miss the
Yeah, I used to miss the
activeness?
hustle because the transport is a 24/7 hustle.
You can't be at peace.
No. So when I was active, I had alarms in the night. I used to have an alarm at 2:30, then one alarm at 4:30, and one alarm at 7:30.
Why?
To check on if everything is good, because I was handling single-handedly. I had to check road traffic. I had to check how my trucks are operating. I had to make sure there are no accidents or there is nothing stuck in between.
Right.
So around that time,
Wow.
I used to have these 3 alarms throughout the night so that I check once that sab theek to hai.
And any of the days when the alarm went off and everything was not okay?
No, that did not happen. I was quite alert. But once that had happened, that one of my truck was वहाँ किसी गांव खेड़ा में किसी सरपंच की इनोवा को ठोक दिया मेरे ड्राइवर ने. And it was a mess, and it was 3 a.m. in the morning. And I got a call from the driver, and he's saying and my drivers and my entire team used to call me Didi only. So he said, दीदी पकड़ लिया है और अभी वो नहीं छोड़ रहे हैं और बोल रहे हैं मेरे को मारा भी बहुत है. तो I just said बात करा. And he happened to be the गांव का सरपंच का लड़का and all of that. And you know how these small towns operate or villages operate. So I told him, भाई हाँ भाई तू मेरा भाई, ऐसा करके उससे बात किया. उसने बोला तुम इधर आओ, मेरे को नहीं मालूम है, तुम मेरा गाड़ी का पैसा दो, तुम इधर आओ. At 3 a.m. I left for Indapur. 3:30, yes, 3:30 in the night. I left for Indapur. I called my driver, जाना पड़ेगा. I went to Indapur. I reached at around 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And then it so happened that I tied Rakhi to that brother of mine over there. और उसने मेरे गाड़ी और ड्राइवर दोनों को छोड़ा, and coincidentally he did not take anything from me.
But the effort was there.
But the effort was there, and it has always remained. I have seen that I do get the perks of being a woman.
I think it helps.
Yeah, it helps. It helps a lot.
We will continue our interaction with Jigna on the other side of this very short break. You are watching Aisha Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raaste, a Trans India exclusive.
कभी सोचा अगर किसी दिन सब कुछ रुक गया तो इन छोटी छोटी खुशियों पे लाइफ पे ब्रेक लग गया तो किसी ने तो जिम्मेदारी ली होगी कि सब स्मूथली चलता रहे। कोई ऐसा जो ऐसे स्टीयरिंग थामे हैं कि हम ना रुके। जो वक्त से आगे की सोच रखता हो, नए रास्ते बनाता हो। शुक्र है जिंदगी की ड्राइविंग सीट पे कोई तो बैठा है, क्योंकि जब हम चलेंगे तो दुनिया चलेगी। आयशर के साथ रहिए 24/7 कनेक्टेड, ताकि ना आपका बिजनेस रुके, ना लाइफ, नई सोच, नए रास्ते।
Welcome back to Aisha Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, a Trans India exclusive. We are in conversation with Jigna Joyshar, who is making a comeback in the road transport industry. In terms of the business on the whole, was there an advantage being a woman while dealing with your customers
Both
or
ways.
your drivers?
It ran both ways. So with drivers, I tell you, my team always was very old. I had old drivers, old team. So team was quite respectful and nice, and I don't remember any incident that was uncomfortable. But kaisa tha, because this is a male-dominated business. So there were times when people used to feel, यार ladies से बात नहीं करेगा मैं. फिर चाहे वो customer है या it's a transporter himself, they would not speak. They would not speak. नहीं करेगा, and because they did not want to deal with a woman, they did not do the business also.
Despite the best service.
Yeah, despite the best service.
Now, heading a transport company to now working, what changes have you seen? I mean, what operations are you handling currently? It would not be an overall thing, right?
Yeah, I am, when I joined them to help, see, I'm not working for them, I'm working with them. So, I was very clear that I don't want to handle traffics. And
Okay.
I was very clear that I won't indulge in operations, like the hardcore operations.
Right.
I would make sure that your finances are well. I'll make sure that your management, business management, sales happen well, and procurement happens well. All of that will be my part. But traffic handling, I don't want to do.
Okay.
Because I have seen
The hard work
my
is-
part of sleepless nights.
Right.
And at least now I want to sleep peacefully.
What is your sense of the transport industry on the whole? Do you think the industry is now organized, the associations are playing their bit? What is your sense on that?
No, associations, yes, there are some fantabulous associations that are working. There are some fantabulous people who are giving the best of their services. The problem is not with associations. The problem is the trust between the transporter to transporter.
You see that missing?
Yeah, I see that missing big time. Big time. At least in the container logistics, I see missing big time. And I also feel that transport industry it's high time that we should organize ourselves and make this entry into this business as a licensed entry.
You can't just have
free
anybody
entry.
walking.
Yeah, no free entry, and you can't let anybody have money. आपके पास थोड़ा पैसा है तो आप transport कर सकते हो. It's that easy. It's no rocket science. It's simple. I feel this business is the simplest when it comes to
Getting
doing
in.
it.
Yes,
But when it comes to execution, it's the most tough job.
absolutely. And less profitable as well compared to the older days.
It depends how you do it. Yes, around when I look at now, since I have two comparisons. Earlier, I was into container logistics.
Right.
Now I am into loose body cargo.
Okay.
So I feel loose body cargos people or loose body transport industry is doing much better than container logistics.
Okay.
Because container logistics, first though, it was a round trip, paid round trip,
Right.
and these guys do one-way trips.
Okay.
So if I go from point A to point B, I'm paid for point A to point B. But when it comes to container, I am paid for coming from point A to point B and coming back to point A.
Right.
That's how
The circle
container
works, right.
works.
Absolutely.
So rates on this side are better.
Mm-hmm.
Working on this side is better.
Okay.
Payments on this side is better.
Uh-huh.
And if you're looking at clients who are exporters, then this side is better.
Obviously.
This is more sophisticated. That is more towards the
Rough edge.
Rough
Right,
edge.
right. Rita, finally, how do you see your future from here on?
I will
What are your
always
plans?
remain a transporter. I will always remain a transporter, and over a period of time, I found my love for it because I love dealing with anything that has to do with transports, and I have put my heart and soul into the business, and I understand it very deeply. I understand human nature around transports. I understand my vehicles. I understand how the industry operates, and I know how to control it when it comes to mine.
And any message for the women out there who are still hesitant to enter this business? They feel कि नहीं अभी तक they are not ready for this.
Oh, so I feel anything is ready when you are ready. Any business is okay to do if you are ready. And the day I was ready, it happened for me. That's how I feel. Like there is nothing like कि ये काम जेंट्स का है, ये काम लेडीज़ का है, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. It is all here. So the day you decide that yes, you want to do it, you can do it. And to tell you, in Nhava Sheva, when I was a transporter, a single transporter, I was the only woman transporter who was doing it all alone without a father or a brother or a husband in the company. So I
That's
enjoyed that whole journey. It was amazing. I loved it.
No regrets being part of this business?
Never ever. Because today my daughter is studying in Canada. I'm living a very comfortable life. My mother is happy, and we have everything that a person would ideally want.
Right.
And that has come from this business, and I feel I should be grateful towards it entirely.
Wonderful, Rita. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
We have always believed that transporters can never retire. I remember speaking to some very senior transporters, and they are driven by passion for this industry. Even though their children and grandchildren are handling the business, they are still hands-on with everything that is going on. And as Jigna keeps emphasizing, once a transporter, always a transporter, we cannot agree more. Jigna's journey is evidence that this industry is ready to accept women in leading roles, and Nai Soch, Nai Raste has been a platform that showcases the journey of these women. We hope that this would be adequate inspiration for others to join the industry and tip the scales that have always been towards men. Trans India will continue to hunt for more women in the road transport industry and showcase their journey and achievements. You have been watching Aisha Presents Nai Soch, Nai Raste, a Trans India exclusive. We will be back again next week with another interesting conversation, another interesting journey. So until next week, stay safe and drive safe. Jai Hind.